That worked.
All right, ready?
Hey.
Welcome, Fruitopians, to Geek Salad, episode 257, the FDA Secret Restricted Warehouse of Lost Foods. I'm Andy.
Ooh.
I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
I'm Catherine.
And tonight we are talking all about our favorite discontinued snacks, fast food, and beverages that we really want to have come back. So I think this is a good conversation for us to have during the summer.
Yeah.
As you know, this is the season of like nothing but junk food. I mean, I swear to God, half of my my groceries that I ordered today are they're pretty much just all ice cream and popsicles and stuff. And potato chips.
God, yeah. Yeah. Especially now with the kids fully out of school on vacation, on summer vacation.
Yeah.
There's nothing but snack foods at my house.
Oh my God, it's awful too because there's so much salt and like I get very little hydration in this time of year because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, I'm right there with you, Andy. When I wake up in the morning dehydrated with a pounding headache, it's like, oh yeah, maybe I should have had some water like yesterday.
Oh my God, why is my pee solid?
The benefits of not drinking.
Oh my God.
No, it has nothing to do with drinking.
That's the point. Is they're not drinking water.
We're not drinking water. That's why we get dehydrated and get headaches. And
Yeah, it's crazy. I am just a savage without the water, and like I don't drink enough of it. In fact, right now I'm getting drunk. I'm gonna have a seltzer. I'm not even drinking real water. I'm drinking like flavored seltzer.
yeah, same here.
There we go.
I need the angry water.
Yeah. I remember, like, you know, if you want to talk about awful people, this thing on like a video thing just talked about what a ridiculous human being Andrew Tate was. And like they just showed this thing where it's like, if you're not drinking sparkling water, then you're just a pussy because you should be drinking the water. It's like, bro, you are not fooling anybody with that fake ass accent of yours.
Yeah, no shit.
Jeez, my God.
Well, he's fooling dozens and dozens of children who then copy him. Or
yes, he is.
I'm going to say it. They ape him.
They ape him. Yeah, well, you know, if anyone was going to be compared to an ape, right?
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, let's get started. So there was no social media feedback, and that means I'm going to have to get into. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth here because we had a little bit of a fun time on StreamYard today. I got to see where our where our comments and stuff are. I'm going to put that in there. So whenever anybody wants to join in, this is a live conversation. So feel free to join us. Pop your question, your statements in the chat. We'll be happy to read them for you. And as always, there will be a pro version of this episode coming out in a couple of weeks. So anyway, let's get started. Let me ask you guys. I'm going to put it to the committee of you three. That way we'll hopefully have a tiebreaker. Otherwise, we'll have 1-1. What do we want to start with? Do we want to start with snacks? Do we want to start with beverages? Or do we want to start with fast food?
My vote would be for fast food.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Catherine?
go with fast food. Fast food.
All right.
We'll go fast food.
All right. Let's start with fast food then. So with fast food, we are talking about... I gotta get my list here because I'm going to be doing all the jumping around. For once, I'm the one doing all the moderating on the site. So we have the original McDonald's apple pie, the burn your mouth kind that look like an egg roll.
You mean the lava and the pie crust?
Yeah. Oh my God.
And like it was always held in this like little thin cardboard that was paper thin, so you could feel it scalding your skin as you're holding it.
It's like if a Hot Pocket, like a Pizza Hot Pocket, was able to attain its final form, it would actually have to be
the original McDonald's apple pie.
Right, because at least with the apple pie, the middle is like boiling lava hot, whereas it's just the edges of a Hot Pocket. And then that middle is like ice cold.
Ice cold. But again, I mean, I don't know about you, but I was never patient enough to wait for it to cool down. I always played with fate whenever I got a McDonald's apple pie.
That's like me with any type of pizza. I'm like, it
doesn't look that hot.
It's so good when I can't taste it because my taste buds been scalded off.
Yeah, I destroyed my taste buds for the next 5 days. I can't taste anything, and I got skin melting off the top of the roof of my mouth.
Yeah. Oh, it's not fun at all. I'm not a fan.
But that initial taste. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it's for that 1 second. You know that you will suffer a lifetime of pain for that 1 second of joy.
That's the stuff.
Isn't that how the new Toxic Avenger gets made?
Probably.
Probably.
So, well, I remember too. I don't know if any of you guys watch the TED series?
Nope.
Yes.
I've
seen a couple episodes.
A whole gag about the McDonald's apple pie. It's like, okay, here, I want to give this to you. I've left it in the freezer for 6 months. It should be cool enough by now. And she opens it up, and it's like there's flames coming out of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that. And they suck now. It's just like, okay, here's a regular. Here's a pie crust. It's like, I want it deep fried, you bastards.
Yeah, no, it's frozen. They throw it in the microwave, and you get a lukewarm, flaccid pie.
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah.
I'll you with that.
Awful. It's awful. All right. Well, let's move on to another McDonald's. I don't know why I had McDonald's on the brain. I haven't had McDonald's in a few months, but the McDonald's banana milkshake. Does anybody remember that, or am I like the only person who's old enough to remember that?
I think you're the only one because I don't remember McDonald's banana milkshakes.
I don't remember it, but that's because I don't like banana flavor, and I know that you, Andy, like banana flavor.
I love banana flavor. Let's not impugn the artificial flavor of banana. But yeah, I remember this was definitely something that came out when I was very young. This is like one of those young childhood memories I have of my grandmother taking me to a movie. Usually it was like a re-release of a Disney movie, and then taking me to McDonald's, and I would get that banana shake. And I remember the thing I remember about it most was the fact that, you know, when they did the commercials, it was Grimace's like Jamaican cousin.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh my God! He wasn't black.
That's good. That's good.
He was Grimace.
Right? No, he was more like.
It's bad. It's bad enough that Grimace looks like a giant purple butt plug. Can you imagine a black one?
Well, hey, if you ask, that was their whole excuse for why the ice cream machines weren't working. It's like, why are the ice cream machines not working? Grimace is a taste bud.
Oh God.
Oh my God, it was just, he was more like kind of like an off-white, but he had the thatched straw hat.
Just no.
I'm actually pulling it up right now to see if I can find that version of Grimace.
That would be great episode art.
That would be fantastic episode art. I'm just trying to see the Grimace shake. No, I don't want the Grimace shake. I want the damn banana shake with Grimace. Oh, come on.
The internet has never hold it. That's how.
Just put in Grimace's Jamaican cousin. See what that comes up with.
Yeah,
I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Kurt actually just said, I would give all the money I have in the world to see Grimace's Jamaican cousin.
I'm trying. Kurt, I am trying to find him. Right now. I gotta put that on the show so people can see that. Yeah, I'm like definitely bouncing between three different things right now. What, you found it?
No, I haven't found it, but I think I found something that would make Andy very happy. McDonald's has banana milkshake available Guess where it's the only locale it's available in?
If it's South Korea, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Nope. The United
Where?
Kingdom.
Oh.
now, the British Empire.
You colonizing whores! Oh my god! I can't find this mascot anywhere.
And Kurt has Geek Salad goes to the UK.
Yeah, exactly. Just so I get the damn milkshake, and that's like it. That's all we're doing. That's all we're fucking doing. Oh my god!
No, it has been scrubbed from the world.
Yeah. All right. We got to move on because I'm going to get angry and I don't want to get racist. All right. Next thing up on here. All right. Well, stick with McDonald's. Let's stick with McDonald's. Somebody put on here the McDLT.
That was me.
Joe, do we truly want that back, or is that just something that was discontinued? That.
Well, I kind of want it back simply because it was a way to actually keep the burger fresh in a way that that seems to be incredibly difficult these days. Like if you get a McDonald's burger, I mean, the thing about the McDLT is that it's about as close to what you actually see in the advertisements for McDonald's burgers as opposed to what you get now, which is a Latin kind of just mush of bread and burger and condiments. You know?
Yeah.
So the McDLT at least attempted to keep things fresh. You know, and this was this was at the height of the chlorofluorocarbon scare, where every piece of styrofoam had to be destroyed.
And they fucking doubled it up. Oh, yeah. By the way, back to the banana milkshake. Kurt also mentions if you go to Chicago, they might have it because there was a McDonald's that has all the international stuff.
Oh, jeez.
It's a lot easier to get to Chicago right now than it is England. So,
yeah,
but
Chicago is an international hub.
Yeah, but so is Boston. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe, I mean, the weird thing about it is I think if they were going to mount a comeback for that, I almost feel like because now they've moved away from styrofoam. Now everything is, recyclable cardboard, that they could do it, but they would have to have like two separate boxes. They'd have to have one that's got like all the hot stuff on it, and then another box that's got the cold stuff in it. And then you can't just flip the thing over, cracking the styrofoam, getting that styrofoam dust into your sandwich.
But it's nice when you can have a nice, fresh, crisp piece of lettuce and onion on your burger, rather than, like I said, a soggy piece of tissue.
Right. I could understand that. And I think out of like all the quote unquote grown up burgers, that might have been the best.
Oh my God! I just found Grimace's Irish uncle.
Yeah. Oh.
That must be for the St. Patrick's Day shake.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Catherine, do you want to know what his name is?
Oh, go for it! Go for it.
Uncle O'Grimacy.
How much whiskey did they put in this thing, Grimace? They put nothing in there. I'll kill you, you wee bastard. If they
fucking English. You fucking English bastard.
You colonizing bastards. Also, Kurt mentions about the McDLT. They'll have to bring Jason Alexander to sing the song again. Where were they then?
Yeah.
But so just off topic, but not really off topic. Does anybody remember? And I'm not saying I want this back, but the McLean Deluxe. Does anybody remember that from like 1990?
I barely.
It had kelp in it.
I remember it existed. It's not like I ate it.
It had kelp in it.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was like trying to be. Yeah, it was. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like there's there's bug meal in your McDonald's now.
It had kelp in it. I eat sushi. I eat seaweed. What the hell is wrong?
I don't know. But in a burger. Mike, you've been notoriously silent. I know you're not much of a fast food guy, so that might be the.
Well, yeah, I know. I recall the McDLT, a kelp burger. Nothing. I got nothing.
Ah, all right.
I've just been looking for the Jamaican grimace around here.
Yeah, I swear to God, it wasn't a fever dream.
It's the Mandela. It's the Mandela effect.
It's the Mandela effect. Literally, the Mandela. Oh no, that's never mind. That was the McAfrica burger, which, by the way, is a real thing. Look it up.
Oh God.
I know. Oh my God, we have gone off the fucking rails right now.
Anyways.
Anywho, yeah. So anyway, let's move on then. Let's talk a wee bit about some of the stuff. I'm just trying to look. See, there's nothing else here from McDonald's. So let's move over to Burger King.
Well, I put on the next one, and this is actually more of a nostalgia thing for me because, you know, I'm from Puerto Rico, and in Puerto Rico, Burger King, or at least way back in the day when Burger King used to be a lot bigger, was the number one fast food joint in Puerto Rico.
Interesting.
Outside of San Juan, you would not find a McDonald's, you know, in the 70s and 80s. It was all Burger King. And this is back in the day when Burger King had hot dogs on their menu.
They brought those back a few years ago.
In PR, and they were flame grilled hot dogs too.
Yes,
not that roller shit that you see at the Cumbies, you know, collecting lint and shit.
You know, it's Burger King.
Hey, that's not lint and shit. That's flavoring. Hello.
That is seasoning.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like Mom never made, unless she dropped it on the floor.
But no, they were flame broiled hot dogs with buttered toasted rolls.
Oh,
and it was just like, oh. God, yes.
Those sound better than the ones that they had a few years ago, because they brought back hot dogs a few years ago at Burger King rather, but then it was like a chili dog, and then there was like this Cheetos mac and cheese dog or something like that, which my old assistant manager at the store, Allie, she and I would actually like go to lunch together, and we would just go get whatever ridiculous Cheetos novelty was on the Burger King menu at that time.
Really?
I've eaten so much, like, you know, Cheetos mac and cheese and all the other nonsense that they put in there. Yeah, it's crazy because
this was just a plain hot dog. You get like 2 hot dogs and fries and a shake, and you'd be in heaven.
Nice. All right, and what else we have here on the Burger King list? We have the
Oh, I missed this. I used to love this when I was a kid. The Italian chicken sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually a bigger fan of their cordon bleu because I remember when the chicken sandwich came out. Yeah. So in high school, I worked at Burger King, and amazingly, I can still eat there.
Which one? The one down on 29?
Hudson. I lived in Hudson, so I worked at the one in Hudson. But yeah, no, they were like, they would always do these specialty, like for 3 months, you'd get the Italian, the deluxe, which was just cheese, lettuce, and tomato, and the cordon bleu, as well as the Italian. Now, the Italian was kind of cool because you get the marinara sauce and like the big strips of mozzarella cheese on there. The cordon bleu had the ham like that they would use for breakfast.
Oh, with the ham and the Swiss. Yep. Oh, yeah.
And then the deluxe, which is really the only. I think, you know, in the conversation about who's got the best chicken sandwich, I honestly think that Burger King's original chicken sandwich, just like that weird, like oblong patty.
Yeah.
Right, but there was something
my favorite.
There was something about the breading they used, and just again because it's all flame grilled, you're like, something about this works. I don't know why.
Yeah, and you know what? They used to cut them in half too. They used to cut them in half and then rewrap them a second time. We used to live in a proper country. I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Well, and the original chicken sandwich is still probably my favorite thing to order when I go to Burger King.
Yeah.
When I gain to, but yeah, their Italian chicken sandwich was basically a chicken parm sub. their version of chicken parm sub, and it was so good.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time they had those on their menu. Oh, Kurt also loves the Italian chicken sandwich.
He does.
There we go. I was like,
right.
I'm sorry if I'm late on these because I'm like trying to keep up.
Petition Burger King to bring back the Italian chicken sandwich.
It's not that hard to do. Honestly, the cordon bleu might even be easier because you know, but whatever.
Definitely better than the McRib.
Jesus Christ! And that thing keeps coming back. Like I had mentioned,
that's a zombie sandwich.
I had mentioned discontinued food to one of my coworkers, like, oh, like the McRib. I'm like, no, the McRib comes back every year, like a deadbeat dad. It just shows up out of the blue
when it needs something.
Demands your attention.
Yeah, exactly. Here, son, I brought you a Dr. Pepper to go along with me.
And yet, every single year, everyone's like, "Oh, we better go order as many as we can right now because you never know if they'll ever bring it back." Yeah, like you mean like last year and the year before and the year before.
Fool me 18 times. Oh man! And the worst thing about that is, and correct me, maybe I don't know. I haven't had a McRib in forever. Usually, like every 5 to 6 years, I'll get one just to remind myself that I don't like them. And I'm not a big fan of like onion slivers. Like I don't put onion on anything because you don't want to be around me. But pickles, pickles and barbecue sauce is just something about that sets off my rage. So. Anyway, let's talk about a sandwich. I love pickles too. I truly do love pickles. Just they're not on certain things. If you put bacon on a sandwich, do not put pickles or ketchup on it. I swear to God, I come out swinging.
They kick up my indigestion something fierce, but I.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes, my children love pickles so much that's the only thing they ever write on the "What do we want at the grocery store" board. Whole pickles. Both of their grandmothers have like a jar just at the ready for them. So anyway, now this one, I don't know if I know it's discontinued in these parts. It might be still around in other parts, but the Burger King Big King sandwich.
Oh, you mean the Burger King Big Mac?
Yeah, the Burger King Big Mac. And here's the thing. Kurt mentions the McRib went out for smokes and never came back.
Oh, Kurt. Come on.
Sure it did. Sure it did. And then it vanished again with your new mom.
And her name's Stacy. And her name's Stacy, okay?
But here's the thing I miss about the Big King is that so first of all, the Big Mac is my favorite menu item on the McDonald's menu. But I like the Big King better because of the flame broil. I like the taste of a Burger King burger better than a McDonald's burger.
And I said it. There's no argument there. I think, at least not for me. There's just something. A big Burger King burger just has so much flavor to it that
yes.
I mean, without all the extra shit.
Joe? Nope. I think we lost Joe.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Really nothing.
Oh, there he is. Joe, I didn't hear nothing.
Oh, I was just saying, without the special sauce, a Big Mac is nothing. It's a Burger King flame broiled burger, whether it's a Whopper or a bacon double cheeseburger or whatever, just tastes so much better.
It does. It does. And the thing is, it's that Thousand Island sauce. And that's the thing that kills me too. My local Hannaford used to carry like a facsimile of the Mac sauce. They don't anymore. And it kills me because it's just awesome.
So you're saying, Andy, that's a lost food?
It kind of is a lost food. I don't know if we're not really on the topic of talking about lost condiments right now, but Kurt mentions I have no issues with the burger cooked on a flat top, but flame broiled burgers are amazing. That is why a grilled burger is so good. Oh, man, now I'm hungry again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Jesus.
I just had a big fat calzone too.
Oh, okay. I had a BLT and some tater tots for dinner. So, all right, let's move on then to a different fast food restaurant, Wendy's, where we got the chili baked potato and salad bar. Was this
When
you
we
as
were
well,
a
Joe?
proper country, this was me. God damn it!
Oh my God, I remember the one that we used to skip school for and go to. The one in Shirley.
Air.
It was in Air.
It's because that was the only one. That was the closest we had. The closest Wendy to Acton was the one at the Air Rotary heading into Fort Devens. If you were,
Absolutely, yeah, we.
And I remember it had that atrium that you said where that the salad bar was under. It had a full salad bar, fully stocked
with the tacos.
With the tacos.
Oh yeah.
And the chili. Oh my God, the Wendy's chili. Before I knew what real chili was.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. Also, like, this was around the time we were all like in our adolescence and getting tall. And so it was just like, you know, my mother was like, yeah, I will absolutely turn you on this all you can eat buffet. Let's go.
And then you get the baked potato and you go to the salad bar and you just load it up with shit, with everything. Yeah. Like I had baked potatoes with like croutons and just everything.
You have stripped all the nutritional value out of that baked potato.
Oh God,
you son of a bitch! How much cream and how much pork and cream and cheese is in that
ranch dressing? The thing would be drowning in ranch dressing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I was just all about the tacos. All about the tacos. Just
nice.
Like, tacos, as many tacos as I want. Like my brother got other stuff, but I was like taco.
Same. Oh, so Kevin C brings up the U.S. has recovered from the loss of the Wendy's dollar menu.
It has not. I agree with you, Kevin. I miss, like you said, we used to be a proper country. God damn it.
Exactly. There's an alternate universe where there is still a dollar menu for things that should only be $1.
Like a baked potato.
Oh my God, yeah. I didn't have a lot of the baked potatoes. To be honest, I didn't eat a lot of the baked potatoes. But I was, like Catherine, I was all about the tacos. Because again, if I wanted to get tacos, I'd have to drive out to Taco Bell, which for me was in the absolute opposite direction. I lived far closer to it than you all did, because it was in Marlboro. But still, that was a haul. Anything was a haul, really. I mean, I'm just complaining at this point. All right.
Well, you got to remember, Andy. Back in those days, anything west of 495 was the frontier. Yeah. So going out to Air was an adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It was. And that's the thing. It was such an adventure. I didn't know if I was in Shirley or Air because that town line means nothing. All right. Moving on. We got one more fast food entry here. The Pizza Hut spaghetti and meatballs. Who put that on there?
That was me.
That was also you. Okay.
Oh my. Well, again, and this goes back to when I was, for nostalgia from when I was a kid in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
The pizza in Puerto Rico, you could order. It was, a sit down restaurant like all pizza back then. But if you ordered the spaghetti and meatballs, it wasn't just like a single serving. It was for the entire family. So you got a bowl. So if you're ordering spaghetti and meatballs, nobody's ordering pizza. Everybody's getting spaghetti.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it was so, and again, this is before I had a real awareness of what real Italian food was, an 8-year-old kid in Puerto Rico sees this spaghetti and meatballs. It's like better than Chef Boyardee. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Chef Boyardee.
Hey, that was my exposure to spaghetti and meatballs back in the day.
Nice.
Again, when we were a proper country, when Pizza Hut had sit-down restaurant and real service and real pizza, personal pan pizzas and shit.
And that crumb coating on their crusts.
Oh God, yeah. And you guys remember the Piazza, whatever it was called?
Yes, I do. I actually like the Piazza because it was like their version of a deep dish pizza, except it was like multi-layered.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was actually like an attempt at a real deep dish pizza, not an open top pie. Pie like Chicago.
Casserole.
Yeah, quote unquote Chicago style pizza.
Oh, uh-oh. That's
Chicago.
going to be... Them's going to be fighting words from Joe in a minute, or from Kurt in a minute. Oh, what is this that you just sent us, Catherine? Oh, okay.
Nothing related.
Nothing related. Okay, cool. Anyway, that kind of does us. Mike, do you have any fast food like wishes that you would like to bring back?
Well, the original
Before we move on?
the Italian chicken sandwich was mine.
Oh, okay.
But,
I can't tell from the colors here, but that yeah, okay.
Kurt did bring up, I will not take any deep dish slander.
Any pizza that you have to eat with a fork is not a pizza.
No.
Try.
Pizza is a varied and wonderful thing.
And in all fairness, I eat all my pizza with fork and a knife.
Okay.
That's just how I work.
Well, you're a lot more refined than we are, there, Mike.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
And I can eat deep dish with a fork with my hands.
I usually like Pizzeria Uno, which there are none around here anymore, because they closed one in Leominster. Like that, I could actually eat. Once I put it on the plate, I can actually eat it with my hands.
Yeah.
It's usually too heavy because of all the shit I put into it, but
Yeah, you don't fold it like you do those skinny
right.
New York pies, but no, absolutely deep dish pizza, Greek pizza, Italian pizza. Pizza is just good.
Pizza is pizza, and I love pizza.
That's right.
Yeah, there's lots of varieties to pizza, and it's just like pizza.
Yeah, I do love my pizza. It pretty much is. Like, there's never an opportunity. There's never a time where I'm like, I had pizza last night.
Yeah, no. It's always, I had pizza.
I could eat pizza again.
You know what? I just had pizza. You know what I'm in the mood for? Pizza.
Pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had Greek pizza. Let's get Italian pizza.
There we go.
Chicago pizza.
There we go.
Get Chicago
pizza. Let me
it's definitely different.
All right. Well, let's move on now to. All right. So now we have two categories to go with. Now, do we want to go with snacks or do we want to go with beverages?
Let's go snacks because I think we can spend some time on the beverages.
Oh yes, exactly. Speaking of which, I'm gonna take another sip of my seltzer.
My angry water.
Right. My angry water. Yep. My water. All right. So anyway, I will kick us off here with something I've been clamoring for years.
Yeah.
I am shocked, Andy. Shocked and chagrined.
The WWF ice cream bars, the original, not this ice cream sandwich bullshit that they put out a few years ago and expecting us to believe that the same thing. Seriously, they're smaller. I don't trust those cookies that they're using for it. I mean, in and of itself, regardless of the corporate branding of it, the ice cream bar itself is amazing. It's like vanilla Good Humor ice cream, coated in chocolate on the back, and then the soft cookie on the front
with the stenciling of the
wrestler. Yeah, exactly. And they were delicious.
And whatever you do not look up commercials for it online because you'll see one with George the Animal Steel eating it, and he has that tongue just waggling all over the place. It made me want to vomit.
The 80s were a different time, Mike.
Yeah, it was easier to watch him tear into a whole chicken in Ed Wood than it was for him to watch him eat that ice cream.
Seeing him eat that ice cream it disturbed me on so many levels.
Right. Another thing that kills me too is that Good Humor just straight out refused to release this thing, even in another iteration. Like you could throw freaking Caillou on there, and I'd probably eat one.
Exactly. You don't even need the branding. Just the cookie bar alone would probably be good.
Oh, it was really, really good. Now, again, like with everything, and we're going to talk about this, especially when we start talking about the beverages, they change recipes. So I don't know if that cookie is going to taste the same. It's going to taste stale. I don't know. Anyway, I've said my piece. I will move on to kudos.
I loved Kudos when I was a kid.
It's a granola bar, but it tastes like a candy bar. Oh my god!
I could. My mom used to go. When I was a single. My single mother. I was raised by a single mother, and she'd do all their shopping on Saturday before she'd go in for the second shift at the VA. And she would always make sure to buy me a couple of boxes of Kudos. I would polish those off by Saturday night.
Nice.
I thought Kudos were still around though.
No, they showed up on several lists of the most desired, snack foods that have been discontinued.
As of 2020, there were no plans to revive the product.
Sons of bitches.
That's weird. I could have sworn I've seen them recently.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not like we are for want of a chocolate covered granola bar.
Yeah, there are far more brands now than there were.
Oh, but they're so good.
They were, and the best part about it was too is that they didn't give a shit if they melted or not, because those things, you get one packed at summer camp. It's like, oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, the entire bottom was was just a layer of milk chocolate.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then it's got a chocolate drizzle in it, and then chocolate chips. Okay, what are we doing here, boys?
It's essentially, and the thing is too, even the granola tasted like Rice Krispies. It's not like this.
It was made by Mars. We're not expecting healthy here, okay? We shouldn't be.
Right. I know the important thing was it put one over on our parents as to making them think that they were giving us a healthy snack loaded with chocolate. So next up on this list here, and right, I don't know who remembers these but me, but the Hostess vanilla pudding pies.
I love these. No, I remember these. Oh, those are so good.
Especially the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles variant of them that had the green frosting on them.
Yes.
Oh man, so good. I mean, I really truly love Hostess pies in general because, first of all, they've never changed them.
Nope.
No,
even when Hostess went off for a pack of smokes for a few years and then came back, they kept the pies exactly the same. Apple, cherry, blueberry, you name it. I will devour that. But that vanilla pie, oh my god, so good.
I was a chocolate. Oh, the chocolate pudding pie. Oh. Oh, I miss those.
Yeah. The only thing about Hostess that I regret is the fact that whenever they put a chocolate version of one of their snacks out, like the mascot was also like this weird brown color. And it was just like it just even then just felt uncomfortable.
And Kevin C brings up there was an Always Sunny episode with both those Ninja Turtle pies. They were that good.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Yes, they were that good. All right, moving on to one I think has got a mixed reputation, but the 3D Doritos.
I just remember the Super Bowl commercial advertising those.
They didn't last very long, though, did they?
No.
Was that the one with the laundromat commercial? Because that's
with French Stewart. I think was it Jack Hayes or French Stewart that was in that one? I think it was Jack Hayes, actually, because it was before Stardom. French Stewart had already been doing Third Rock from the Sun.
I don't remember French Stewart. I'm sorry. The laundromat commercial, the guys in it don't stick with me as much as the lady.
Okay. God, I miss those. All right, Kurt says, God, I miss those Doritos.
Yeah, they were actually pretty good. I remember.
They tasted like? They tasted like Bugles. They didn't taste anything like a Dorito. No, they tasted like Bugles.
No, they were Dorito flavored Bugles.
Yes.
It's basically the best I could come up with.
Yeah.
Not that they were bad. That's what they tasted like.
Yeah. No, I agree. And they were fine. I mean, they were never my go-to. I think those things were just recently discontinued, or they came back and then they went away again.
I think the biggest problem with them is that any kind of bag you put them in, they would crumble in seconds.
Oh God, yeah. And your net weight, your net weight on those things was awful too, because they're already puffed with air.
They're already air. They're only 50% air.
Capitalism at its finest.
A 16-ounce bag. Well, there's 3 of them in there. Yeah, that's 16 ounces.
That's 16 ounces. You got to weigh the air. Oh God, yeah. And I only got the nacho cheese. I never got the Cool Ranch. I'm like, I have, forgive the phrasing, but cooled off of Cool Ranch as my my palate has been more refined.
Well, it's funny. I was so excited when they brought back the original taco flavored Doritos.
Yes.
Oh, Kurt, they had tubes.
Yeah. The tubes were better. Yeah, it was a better overall conveyance for them.
Right.
Yeah,
it's nobody's putting Pringles in a bag.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, the funny thing with Cool Ranch too, I don't know if anybody actually watched the movie Flamin' Hot.
Nope.
No, I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
Right. It was like, it's a story of how this guy was looking for a flavor that would actually speak to the Latino population. And he's looking at the snacks and it's like they're all plain. What is Cool Ranch? Cool Ranch is bland. So he and his family came up with a recipe for the Flamin' Hot variety. And that guy just recently retired from Frito-Lay. But completely self-made. It wasn't a bad movie. It's worth a watch.
There's a whole like I heard this story when it came out where the guy was like, I did this, and then it was like there was a whole controversy about the fact it's like he didn't invent that, it was a thing. Yeah.
Well, there was always spicy food. I mean, it's not like spicy food hasn't existed, but
there was a second of drama about this guy claiming I invented this, and everybody's like, no, you didn't.
Liar.
They were like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right.
Just enjoy them. All right, let's move on here to our next thing, which is the Jello pudding pop. Sorry, that's the only way you can say it. God help me! It's the only way that you can say Jello pudding pop.
If it wasn't for that association.
Yeah, right.
Thank God we're not talking about Kodak or Coca-Cola at this one, because
those kind of went away a few years ago, didn't they?
Well, they were discontinued in the 90s, and they tried to bring it back in the 2000s. But
yeah, and then
they changed.
That might have gotten rid of.
Well, no. Well, they changed. Well, they changed the recipe and they changed the texture, so it was never really the same.
Exactly. Because the thing about the pudding pop, and to a lesser extent the Jello pops.
Oh yeah.
They have this icy sheen on them, and you could just lightly crack the ice on there before you ate your pudding pop, and you'd slide the ice up and eat that first before you got. It was almost like you had to work a little bit. Yeah.
I love licking the outside of them. And then your saliva would. I love licking the outside, and your saliva would refreeze on top and make another ice sheen.
Yeah, those things were very cold. But they were tasty.
They had a very unique. They were like the old the pudding cups, except they were frozen.
Yeah,
and it's like it wasn't ice cream, it wasn't frozen yogurt, and it's just like somehow it worked. They made it work. I don't know how, but
yeah. Yeah, it was delicious. I know now they're like, well, you can make them at home. No, you fucking can't. Stop lying to me.
Don't give me hope.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody remember Cream Savers?
Yep.
You can still get those.
Can you?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Oh.
I looked it up and it was like, yeah, sorta, kinda, you can.
Okay. I mean, they were really tasty because it's like Werther's if you wanted something that didn't taste like grandparents' candy.
I like Werther's. What are you talking about?
I like Werther's too because I'm getting older. The older I get, Joe, the more I enjoy a good Werther's. And it worries me because my daughter loves Werther's. I'm like, oh God, you're an old lady. But all right. I don't think we have much to say about them. If they exist in some way, shape, or form, and I'm sure there's something that's what.
Now I remember what they are.
Yeah, they were
I could
like
not remember.
strawberry
caramels.
and cream. No, well, yeah, but they were hard candy, but they were like strawberry and cream.
Yeah, it was a lifesaver, but it had no hole in the middle, and it was
Right.
Creamy.
It had like the consistency of a Werther's, but it was like a fruit and cream flavor.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, they were. I'd eat one. All right. Next up on my list here is the Keebler pizzerias, which essentially were Keebler's attempt.
Pizzerias. They were called pizzerias.
Oh, Jesus. Thank you for correcting me. I remember it was like Keebler was getting in on the junk food game, besides their cookies, and it was like they were really good. They were over seasoned, and I feel like that actually worked. Does anybody remember
definitely.
those?
No, I remember them very well, and yeah, you're right. And the thing is, like, it's one of those things where if you're not paying attention, you'll just like rip right through a bag without even realizing it.
Yeah,
because you're just sitting there and just like munching on, and you're like, "Well, this is good." And you just gotta forget. You just gotta lose track of time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's pretty much it. The sign of a good snack chip is you lose all track of time, and and
it's gone.
It's just like the bag is gone. Yep, exactly.
You're feeling the bottom of the bag, and you're at the crumbles. And you're like, "Wait a second, did I eat through all these already?"
Who ate these? Why did you leave me only crumbs? Yeah. But Catherine, Mike, any memory of those?
Not one.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
You know who currently owns the trademark?
Who's that?
Oots.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's like every once in a while somebody will launch a petition to have Oots bring back the pizzerias.
Huh. Interesting. Now, what's the one that put out that lemonade potato chip this year?
Yes. Bastards.
All right.
What unholy abomination.
My dumbass will eat them, so I just want to find them somewhere. So, yeah. All right, moving on to the Wonka Watermelon Jawbreaker. Now, I might be the only person who remembers this one. This wasn't around for very long, but essentially, you know how like they made all the Wonka candies, like the Gobstoppers and Nerds and all that. So the watermelon was like this gigantic jawbreaker. It was like it was honestly the biggest jawbreaker I had seen at that point. I know now you can get them in the vending machines, and they're a lot bigger. But this was shaped like a watermelon. It tasted like artificial watermelon, and as you were going through the layers, it would actually go from the green to the white to the pink, and it was a very limited thing, but they were really, really tasty. That's how I would really spend my snack money. I would get one of those because even the box, it came like a little box that looked like a crate.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Nerds, I'm pretty sure Nerds still exist, but there was a period where Nerds came in instead of the Nerds box, they came in like a large nerd shape, like a plastic nerd toy.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was full of Nerds. Well, we got a bunch of those because it was like, it's a toy.
Now, did they come in different? Did they come in colors that matched the candy, or were they just like a?
I think they were. I only remember green, but maybe that was just the flavor my brother liked. But
okay.
Yeah, you could have a 2-inch tall nerd creature that joined your toy collection.
Nice. I remember Nerd cereal, which was like they would split the box in half. So
I remember those.
Was like one flavor, and the other, just like the candy, it was like one half was one flavor, and the other half was another flavor. I never got it.
I did. I got it. I remember. I got it.
Never.
My mom got me a box once.
Nice.
Hey, I also remember having the Star Wars C-3PO cereal too. So.
Oh God, that was great.
I remember Muppet cereal.
Everybody drink. She mentioned the Muppets.
Yeah.
All right, moving on in our snack look back at snacks. Mike, did you put down the Choco Taco, or was that
I
Joe?
did not.
No, that was me.
That was you, Catherine. Okay, yes, the Choco Taco, which was just
that's Joe's.
recently. Oh, that was okay because that was just recently discontinued. Just
Well, it's not,
Yes,
it's not me. It's
bitches.
Catherine's. It's Catherine's joke because I know
Right.
I know he talks about it a lot.
Yeah, my husband loved the Choco Taco, and like when he first revealed this, I was able to get it because Klondike was still making it, and they've discontinued it. There is no more Choco Taco, and I'm very sad because it was.
Why would they do that? Because it was so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I just looked it up because I could have sworn I'd seen Choco Tacos like within the last 6 months, and they had been discontinued. But apparently, one of the co-founders of Reddit offered to buy the Choco Taco brand and bring it back. But I guess there's he said, and I guess like Fortune magazine interviewed him, and he said, "Oh yeah, that is absolutely it was a solid offer, but so far it didn't go anywhere."
Kurt says they did it so that they can bring it back when they need a boost in sales.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
would buy that. I would either that. You know who's going to bring it back? Like, fucking Mr. Beast is going to bring him back as part of his lunchly thing.
No.
Oh,
I'm Mr. Beast.
God. Mr. Beast branded Choco Taco by Klondike.
No,
Shoot me
no.
now.
Beast. I'm a nice guy
No.
who tortures
I
everybody
won't
that
buy
works
it.
for me.
I wouldn't
And
buy it.
I have a taco that is made of ice cream. Now, do you want to try one of these? First of all, I need you to tell me that there was nothing wrong with 9/11. Yeah, you know it's going to be like one of those crypto chuds is going to be the one to bring them back and then demand like all the adulation.
Yeah,
But getting
I won't eat them.
Getting back to the Choco Taco, is there nothing better in an ice cream novelty snack than that weird chewy ice cream cone texture?
Yeah.
Like you get them right now with Nutty Buddies as well, but you know.
Yeah. But Choco Taco is special because it didn't have the nuts, it didn't have the sauce. It was just chocolate and the wafer and you.
And the sauce and the shell.
Yeah.
Yes.
The chocolate shell.
Well,
Yes.
that's what I meant by the wafer.
Oh. No, well no, the chocolate like fudge, the hard fudge shell too.
Oh, okay.
The fudge kind of swirled through the ice cream too.
So according to an Associated Press fact check, Klondike discontinued the product due to a sharp increase in demand across its brands and to ensure the availability of the remainder of its products. It was too popular, is what they're saying.
Oh my God!
It was too good for this planet.
It was too popular, and the way it makes it sounds is like it was too popular, and it was affecting the demand for like regular Klondike.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it eating into their Klondike bar sales? Really?
Probably.
Is that an excuse that you can use? Doesn't the money all go to the same place?
You'd think.
Maybe.
Oh my God!
But you got to remember, Klondike bought the rights to Choco Taco from Good Humor.
Yeah.
They weren't the originators of it. Unilever bought the Choco Taco from Good Humor.
Oh, good Lord!
What would you do for Choco Taco?
Bang,
all
bang.
Right. I go Luigi for one of those.
Oh God, yeah.
All
right. We got one more. On the snack list here. Tater skins. And Catherine, is that you as well?
That is also me, because tater skins have baked potato appeal because they're made from potatoes and skins that are real.
Was that the actual tagline, or did you just come?
That was
the tagline.
That was the jingle that I didn't quite sing because I'm not ready to. But yeah, my friend Jason and I in high school would be hanging out at the snack bar at during study hall, and we would go and we would split a bag of tater skins.
Oh man, I had so when I worked at Staples, Jim and I, because we used to rent an apartment together, right as so we would drive into work together because we both worked at Staples. At the end of the day, Jim and I would always go down to the vending machine because it was the only place in the great state of Massachusetts you could still get the bacon or the sour cream and chive tater skins. It just in this one machine.
Oh, that's right. That was like, you won't believe your eyes. Oh, they're made from potatoes and skins that are real. Baked potato appeal.
I want to say, like, TGI Fridays, I think, still does something like that, but there was
Is there
another
still a
brand
TGI Fridays?
I think they make like the foods for the.
Well, they just make potato. Yeah, it's actually it's under Utz it's under the Utz umbrella. But yeah, there is a TGI Fridays branded potato skins.
But
Okay.
it's not the same.
No, God, no.
No. These are Keebler.
Yeah.
No, Utz owns the Keebler's the Keebler brand is owned by Utz.
Utz.
Oh.
Utz, whatever. I don't know.
It's Utz. Trust me, Utz is better than nuts. I learned about that from Mad Men.
Ah, nice. I can dig that. So, excellent. All right. Sorry, I've lost track of everything here. So let's take a look at. So we got one more category left here. Unless anybody has any other snacks that they wanted to bring up, or if you're still watching and you're in the chat, any other snacks you want us to bring up real quick? We can always come back to it. All right, let's move on to the beverages, and let's start with one that I know Joe and I, Catherine, maybe had great fondness for in high school. But the original recipe for Jolt Cola, all the sugar and twice the caffeine.
Just in time, David McLean.
Just here for the Jolt Cola. All right, that stuff. Thank you, Dave. Yes, that stuff was contraband.
It was transgressive. It was transgressive to drink Jolt Cola. Like if you could find some place it was like almost getting somebody to buy you a beer.
Yeah.
And now my daughter drinks Monster like it's going out of style.
That's crazy, because if you look at the ingredients on a can of Monster, you can't actually read them out loud, or else you will summon a Sumerian demon. If you read all of those things, you get like the demon taurine that comes out like, I will give you energy. I will give you a lifetime of energy.
David McLean writes, it was the high school version of snorting cocaine. It
pretty much was, Dave. It really was. I mean, it was like when we found it, we'd have a 6-pack, and we'd have to keep it in our lockers because, I might have been able to drive, but oh my God, if my mother ever caught wind that I had like a 6-pack of Jolt Cola in the house, she'd murder me.
Oh no, like in freshman or sophomore year, if you go to over a sleepover or something like that, everybody would bring like a 2-liter bottle of Jolt soda, and then you'd order 5 pizzas and just drink all night, drink Jolt Cola all night, eating pizzas, playing on your Nintendo, and oh my God, you felt like shit the next day.
All right, yeah. Who wants to play Master Blaster next?
Oh my God, I remember doing that once at Jake's house, and I felt awful for the next week.
Oh my God!
I had my own. It was me, Jake, James Sawyer, John Luther, and a couple other people. We all each had a 2-liter bottle of Jolt soda.
Oh my God!
Oh, we were wired for sound.
I bet.
Beats getting late, I guess.
The hangover lasted well into the next.
Andy, you remember me from high school, okay? Come on. That wasn't happening.
Joe, I remember me from high school as well. So yeah, totally, I commiserate. Oh my God. Oh yeah,
So,
Jolt
look
made
who we just
Mountain
got
Dew.
posts.
Oh, Cicerone. Jolt made Mountain Dew look like decaf. Do you?
Oh,
All right.
God,
Yes, Mike. Yes.
You are so right, Mike.
And here's the thing too, Jolt made like they made their own equivalent of Mountain Dew, and it tasted so much better than Mountain Dew.
What? It's funny when we're looking back on it now, but it's that saying, like if you gave a medieval peasant a Dorito, it will blow his mind. Well,
Yeah.
if you gave 15-year-old me a Monster or a Red Bull,
Oh God.
I would have exploded through the roof like a rocket.
Oh my God. That is one thing I am very thankful. Neither of my children, like Scarlett especially, Scarlett won't drink any carbonated beverage, but even James is like, he'll drink seltzers, he'll drink soda, but he has never been lured in by either the energy drink or, getting back on the crypto douche conversation here. Like a lot of his friends in
Prime.
school are wicked into Prime, and he's like, no, they say it's sugar free. It's not sugar free. I'm like, good boy. Good boy. Oh man. All right, keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. This is a good conversation here about Jolt, because now it's neutered. You can find it, but it's neutered.
Again, it can't compete with everything that's out there right now.
Right. I feel the same way about Faygo. I don't know if anyone's actually ever drank a Faygo before.
No.
But
unless you're out of the Detroit metro area, nobody's heard of Faygo.
Yeah, the liquor store I go to sells it on occasion. But anyway, let's move on to something. Speaking of the liquor store, something I really, and this is actually a conversation I got into, which precipitated the idea to do this episode, because I was talking to a friend on Blue Sky. And we were talking about wine coolers, like honest to God, non-malt beverage wine coolers, like Bartles and James and Seagram's.
The gateway to minion alcoholics.
I'm not going to the gathering this year.
Many Gen X alcoholics can thank Seagram's wine coolers and Bruce Willis.
Yep, his off-key singing and his bad harmonica playing.
Oh God!
But oh my God, the thing is that like a Seagram's Golden, like their original flavors of just like white wine coolers were tasty, they were refreshing, and I was drinking them underage. The train agrees with me.
We all were.
Oh my God. But apparently the reason why you can't get a tried and true wine cooler anymore is because back in like the early 90s, they put an excise tax on wine that would have driven up the cost like over 40%. Oh. And now we look at shit like that. It's like, they're going to raise the price anyway. It doesn't matter what. Oh my God, there's somebody stubbed their toe in the Middle East. Prices are going up. But I don't get it. I just don't get, especially for Bartles and James, which was such a, they had a great advertising. They had a lot of good flavors. Again, the Golden was my favorite. Like just their standard original wine cooler was my favorite.
Kurt thinks you're drinking a Faygo while going to the ICP concert.
Yeah, I told him I'm not going to the. I couldn't afford to go to the gathering this year, so.
That's right.
But yeah, no, I mean, so Joe and I have both had them. Catherine, Mike, I know you don't drink, but have you ever had a wine cooler before? Like a true wine cooler?
No.
Okay.
The thing is,
I didn't do the wine coolers, but there was like, when I first turned 21, they had the pina colada malt beverages that you could buy.
Yeah. That's kind of like the era of Zima, when like the malt beverage was the thing. And notice that nobody brought up Zima on here.
Well, you know what? Hot take. I liked Zima when it came out.
I did too. Because again,
I have no shame in admitting that.
I am when I drink in the summer, I want to drink to be refreshed. I don't want to if I'm going to a ball game, I'm going to drink I'm gonna drink like a Miller Lite or a Bud or something like that because it's cold, and for where I'm at, it's refreshing and it fits the mood. I don't need a high end, hoppy beer to enjoy a baseball game. When I'm out, like right now, honestly, I think a Zima would hit the spot right now. Yes, Mike brings it up. It's Sprite with a kick, Mike.
Absolutely.
That's right. Well, the thing was, when Zima came out, I was in college. I was a poor college kid, and the only beer I could afford was like Golden Anniversary, which was just a step above toilet water. So Zima was a nice little treat every once in a while. If I go to a college party that had Zima, it'd be like I'd hit the fucking jackpot.
Yeah.
David and Kurt have opinions about Zima.
I'm looking at that right now. All right, so we got David that brings. I brought my roommate in college to Zima once. We made fun of him for the rest of the semester.
That is not nice.
Kurt says, I remember seeing one person drinking Zima one time, and it was my Aunt Scuzzy, now ex-husband. I had a Zima. It was like, college back, summer back in college. And I actually it was the Horseshoe Pub under older ownership. And I was there with a couple of friends, and I got a Zima, and I ran into somebody who then called me a homophobic slur.
Of course.
So yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. So.
Old Hudson, not now Hudson.
Oh yeah, definitely not now Hudson. Now Hudson, I can get a pizza at Welly's and be very happy with it. Anyway, let's move on here. Joe, did you bring up Slice?
I did.
Is Slice not available anywhere?
It is not. Nope.
Really?
No.
Okay.
It was a Pepsi brand. Pepsi's current lemon lime citrus soda is Starry.
That's right.
Slice. Yeah, Slice was only a few years in the 80s, and its big marketing gimmick was that it was actually made with real fruit juice. It had like 10% fruit, lemon lime citrus fruit juice.
Yeah,
and I loved it. I thought it was wicked good. I thought it was better than Sprite or 7. I wasn't a big 7-Up fan, and Sprite was like an angrier version of 7-Up.
Actually, you know what? I just remembered somebody on Blue Sky had posted that I guess Slice is making a comeback in various areas, and one of them is Apple Slice.
Really?
Which essentially tasted like carbonated apple juice.
Interesting.
Yeah. So keep your eyes open. So Joe, if you're bringing up Slice and you mentioned Sprite, let me jump over to one of mine here. Sprite Remix. Only available for a very, very limited time. It was Sprite that tasted like it had been marinating in Skittles. It was super fruity. Like for a Sprite beverage, it was super fruity rather. And I remember Biz Marquee was doing the ads for it. But yeah, no, I remember trying it. Like, this actually isn't that bad. Get to because back in the old days of me being single and having expendable cash, me and Mike C would always go to the Regal at Solomon Pond, and this was kind of like our drink, like my drink of choice, because it was always there was always ads for it at the in the movies. So, but another soda I got to bring up, and I've talked about this before, and I really want this to come back only so everybody else can understand this was not something I invented in my fevered brain, but OK Soda.
Okay, so yeah, OK Soda.
Yeah, the frozen Mountain Dew, Mike C. Yeah.
OK Soda, not a great soda. However, they were decades ahead of social media.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God, yeah.
1-800, I feel okay. You could call it and get a daily joke. And that was in the, mid-90s.
Like, yeah, it was like 95. It was legitimately like 95, dead mid-90s.
Yeah, if OK Soda had a Twitter presence, people would be like, I don't care that it tastes bad. They're cool on Twitter.
Right. Right. It's like all those fast food joints now that do the stuff on like Twitter and Blue Sky where it's, where they're, making fun of politicians now. It's like, oh, you sound angry. Why don't you come in for a Big Mac?
Yeah, but like some marketing guy was like, let's have a 1-800 number that people could just call into and get a daily joke.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
like ahead of his time by decades.
It was, and the interesting thing is too, it was something that was spearheaded and marketed by the guy who had marketed New Coke.
That makes sense because that also apparently tasted lousy.
Yeah, exactly. The New Coke. Sorry, it's my reflex. I have to say it that way. But yeah, it's like these mid-decade beverages. The thing is about OK Soda was, I would really like to see it just have like that, like how like there were movies that didn't do that well in the 90s and we all kind of made fun of them, and now people are like, oh no, retroactively it was awesome. I feel that way about OK Soda, and I wouldn't mind seeing it just come back, even as just a limited run.
That's
because I actually enjoyed it to a point. Yes.
Oh, actually, no. I gotta add another one to the drink.
Is it a soda or is it alcohol?
It's a soda.
Bring it up.
The original New York seltzer.
Oh my God!
There was, when I was living in West Acton, there was this little shop in the actual village. I lived on Central Street, and if I rode to the actual downtown or actual central village of West Acton, there was a little convenience store that had the New York seltzer, and it blew my mind because they had clear soda, which was at the time was just like, what? Oh, but I remember it was so good.
Yes.
The convenience store that was next to the grocery store that used to be there.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah. I went there and bought all the candy all the time.
I remember that too because
they used to be my comic book shop too, because the comic book rack was right next to the cashier, and I always get my comic books there.
Yeah, I remember that stuff was so good because again, it was like they didn't need to put the caramel coloring in it. They just, here, the flavor is clear. I'm just going to put the drops in there, and it was really, really good. But I would have never remembered that had you not just brought it up.
Yeah. I don't remember the New York soda, but I remember Snapple, which was the same thing. Remember Snapple? Snapple had a clear soda back in the day too. Yeah. Snapple had clear sodas that also tasted fantastic without the coloring.
Yeah, but I remember New York Seltzer had blueberry soda, which was like blew my mind because blueberry is one of my favorite flavors.
Yes. Oh, they had a cherry too. I remember the cherry flavor was delicious.
And black cherry. I mean, just stuff that they had flavors that because back in the day it was you either had Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Coke, Sprite, 7-Up, and maybe ginger ale if you wanted to get fancy.
All right. The brand was revived in the mid-2015, featuring 8 flavors: root beer, vanilla cream, raspberry peach. 81 to 94. And then it was revived. Where can I buy New York Seltzer? Let me take a look. You can find original New York Seltzer at various grocery stores, including Whole Foods Market, Stop and Shop, Fresh Market, and potentially Kroger, Safeway, Albertsons, and King Supers. And apparently it's also available on Amazon. Oh, okay. Kurt brought up one that is on our list, so let's move over to that one, which is Fruitopia. If you want to date your movie, put a Fruitopia machine in there. There was a Fruitopia machine at Independence Day, so very clearly that movie took place in the 90s.
That's right.
I love Fruitopia. I still have a Fruitopia label that I use as a bookmark.
Nice. I have to keep stealing bookmarks from the library. I don't know if I've ever actually had stealing. They're giving them out. I know. Everything to me is stealing. It's all theft. I don't know if I've ever actually had a Fruitopia though. Mike, Joe, help me out here.
I've had the blueberry.
I think I like the pink lemonade the best.
Mike,
Never had it.
never. Okay, good. We're in good company. Okay, good. Yeah, we had a Fruitopia machine at the cafeteria at my middle school. And Mike C brings up one school still has the Fruitopia machines. But Mike, does it still have Fruitopia in that Fruitopia machine?
The people are dying to know.
Yes, exactly. Acquiring minds want to know. And if there is Fruitopia still in that machine, I'm sure it is as thick and dark as my piss after I don't drink water on a hot summer day, because there's your callback. Nope. Okay. Mike says no. Tease. Oh man. Okay. There's actually another fruit juice on here. I believe Mike, you brought this one up.
I did.
High C Ecto Cooler.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, neon green, baby.
Yep.
Yep. It was basically just, if I recall correctly, wasn't it just like a orange drink, but like flavor, but like colored green?
It was melon.
Oh, really?
It was melon and orange. That was the flavoring, but it was like nuclear green. Now here's the thing too. I was having a conversation with the same coworker who was talking about the McRib. And we brought up Ecto Cooler, and I'm like, was anybody able to drink this out of anything other than the juice box? Did it come in any other form?
I'm looking it up right now. It came in a can and a hold on.
I could have sworn there was a bottle of it.
Yeah, in a bottle, 12 ounce, 16 ounce bottle.
Okay, maybe it also came in that giant can that you had to.
It also came. Yeah, it also came in a giant high C can. Yeah,
that you had to like open on both sides.
Yeah.
We got a few comments here actually.
Wonderful.
Brings up, never had a Fruitopia machine at school, but we had a very fine juice machine, and if you wiggled the Yoo-hoo button, you got two.
Ooh, nice. Yoo-hoo. I never had, I haven't had a very fine in forever. We had one in junior high at Gray. We had a very fine machine, but it was never filled.
Completely forgot about Very Fine.
Yep.
Yeah, which is funny considering that Very Fine's headquarters are right next door in Littleton.
Seriously.
Know, right?
Yeah. Mike C brings up, has anyone mentioned orbits? No. And I think, Mike, the reason why is maybe because I know our conversation is primarily about things we want to have come back. I don't know, is there anybody clamoring to have orbits come back, considering that, like, okay, I'm consuming fruit juice and wax?
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, no, I thought about putting it on there. I'm like, I don't think I ever drank one of those. But I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, no, that's the same as chewing like that, like swallowing that wax gum.
It's boba before boba became popular.
Oh, but even boba is tastier. And then Kurt brings up, yeah, I wanted to get some Ecto Cooler when they brought it back for that one Ghostbusters movie that had Paul Rudd in it, but I missed out. Yeah, and Kurt, I'm sorry, I don't know if they're making any more of those. Oh yeah, Orbit sucked. Yes, it did, Mike. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Yeah, Kurt. Yeah. After that Frozen Empire movie, not making any more Ghostbusters. There was a time when I was excited when new Ghostbusters movies would come out.
Not until they reboot it in like 2 years, because no new ideas.
We used to live in a proper country. Anyway. Anything else we want to say about Ecto Cooler before we start moving on to the booze and closing out our show for the evening?
Nope.
All right. So I have two beers.
And, Ape Cod just brought up, I was unaware of the existence of Ecto Cooler until about 2007. I'm convinced it never actually existed. It was just a guerrilla marketing attempt by Dan Aykroyd.
Why would he bother? He has Crystal vodka. Crystal Skull
Crystal
vodka.
Skull.
Yeah, that's really surprising, Steve, because like Ecto Cooler. I mean, I remember Ecto Cooler like when I was in high school. So, and that was during the time of the real Ghostbusters. So, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so I've got two alcohols on mine. I don't know if anybody else has any here. The first is Edison Light Beer, which was essentially a microbrewery light beer made by
That was stolen, right?
Yes, it was stolen. It was actually originally Tesla Light Beer, but then
Tesla Light Beer.
but then Edison stole it and then murdered an elephant to prove that it worked. It was made by one of the founders of Sam Adams, who branched out on her own, and she came up with Edison. And I was like, I'd heard it advertised on like WFNX, like she was being interviewed on WFNX back when that was still a radio station, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I stopped, I parked somewhere, and I went to the liquor store, and I'm like, oh my god, they have it. I'm going to try it. And I gotta say, it was, for a light beer, it is insanely refreshing. It had like all the flavoring of a Corona without the cerveza sting. Like I didn't feel you don't need to put the lime in there, and it was very tasty.
I don't remember.
All right, and then finally on this list here, unless anybody else thinks of any others, is Traveler Brewery. Just in general, Traveler Brewery had a lemon shandy. They had they would put out these seasonal shandies. Like they had lemon, they had grapefruit. Everybody is grapefruit, for Christ's sakes. They had one I really loved. It was a, oh jeez. Steve says, that's racist.
Okay.
But they had one that was like a cola. It was like a cola beer.
Really?
Yes, Mike, I did introduce you to that one. Yeah, it was only in the variety packs. Like you can buy a 6-pack of the cola shandy. It was only in the variety packs, just like all the grape. Why does grapefruit come in every one of those shandy packs? Nobody wants it. Everybody wants. If you're gonna drink a shandy, you're gonna drink a lemon shandy. Straight up, I've got it in my fridge. I'm probably gonna have one after I'm done here. Because
I'm looking it up, and it's like they had like a grapefruit shandy. That would have been pretty good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like grapefruit was kind of like everybody's go-to. Yeah, I'm pulling it up as well.
Looks like they closed down in 2021. They got bought by Boston Beer Company and then got shut down.
Ugh. It's all a thing about Boston beer. Lemon shandy, grapefruit, Jolly Traveler, which was winter themed with orange, pomegranate, and spices. They had the best holiday beer. They had their IPA shandy. Jacko Traveler was actually pretty tasty. But yeah, they had that cola version. Oh, for God's sake, Meisterbrow. Meisterbrow is never going away, Mike. Now, whether or not they are actually still brewing Meisterbrow might be another story, but you can still find it in the liquor store because that has got a shelf life of like infinity. I mean, the only people I know who actually enjoy Meisterbrow had their taste buds blown off in Korea. And also, Meisterbrow pretty much just means Mr. Beer.
It's Mr. Beer. That's name again. It's Mr. Beer.
Mr. Beer. Steve also Steve brings up they pack grapefruit in all the variety packs because they know nobody drinks it, so they sell 1/3 more. And I'm looking at you, Polar Seltzer.
I like the Polar Seltzer grapefruit. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
I asked my husband if he would drink a grapefruit shandy. And he's like, he hasn't had it, but it sounds good to him.
Okay. Well, you know that Wine and Cool still makes that shit, so you can get it there.
Well, it's funny. I actually bought the polar watermelon. I mean, not watermelon, grapefruit soda.
Yeah.
And just because I would have figured, well, I like it, so and hopefully because it's grapefruit, the kids won't like it. Yeah, no, I was disapproved of that notion real quick.
Does Pete's even still brew? Mike Sage just brought up Pete's. Discontinued in 2011. Oh, I didn't even know Pete's wasn't around anymore. Damn. Steve also brings up Mr. Beer. That is a joke that goes back to Suncoast.
My husband compares
Take a drink.
candy to if hazy IPA came in light.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with that, but sure. Oh man, yeah, but no, Mike. Pete's Wicked Ale went out without my noticing it, because I actually liked Pete's. Pete's Winter was good, but
without your knowledge nor approval.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody consulted me on this.
I like
Anyway,
Sunset Wheat. I was introduced to that at Fireflies. They were like, "It's like Sam Summer, but with flavor," and I was like, "Ooh, I like this."
Nice.
And they cut that off.
Yeah. Mike brought up my dad tried to use a Mr. Beer. Hilarity ensued. Yeah, anytime you buy a beer making kit at Kohl's is never going to have a great outcome. As somebody who spent $200 in beer making equipment only to make like 3 beers, one of which was potable.
One of which I drank, actually.
You did, like a big boy during the early days of this show.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, you want to try my?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, you're so proud of it." I do not like beer, so I was like just trying to smile and like, "Yeah, it's for beer, it's good."
Mike's like, I didn't get it at Kohl's. I got it at Linens and Things.
Linens and Things, you peasant. Yeah. It was pillows and crap. Thank you very much.
Linens and Things. I have some
nice
from there.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Steve just brings up Jim also had a Mr. Beer. Oh man, Mr. Beer because it's Father's Day and fuck it. I don't know. I just don't know.
Hey, my actual father has got into brewing beer a while ago, and he makes some really good stuff.
Oh, I'm sure because that Jim. Yo, I'm aware. Kelly, I broke a window for you, Kelly.
But yeah, my father, being, I'm descended from him, so he's very particular and does things very correctly. He's not making it into like the plastic Mr. Beer thing.
Yeah, no, you have to be meticulous, and that's the thing. Is I guess the best word to describe it is aloof. So it was. The cleanliness and the meticulousness is not my forte. I'm great at drinking beer, though. I am amazing at drinking beer. If you want to talk to me about making beer, I will listen. I used to date a girl in college whose dad made beer. Her brothers had no interest in knowing anything. I listened to every goddamn word that guy had to say, no matter how boring it was. And he put his arm around me like I was his own. It was.
If Alton Brown hears this, he would just shake his finger at you in such a disapproving manner.
Hey, that's just how it goes.
He's just a finger waggling guy, that Alton Brown.
He is. At least he's not problematic.
No.
Thank you. I was just waiting for somebody to go. I'm like, oh God damn it, no.
I'm just
all right. Okay. Well, anyway, that was our episode. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who contributed in the chat. I do love having our live conversations because it just adds the spontaneity. So thank you, everybody. Again, we will have a pro episode of this with edits and whatnot in a couple of weeks. And our next episode, we're going to wrap up the summer because it's summer theater season for me and vacation season for most of us. But we're going to wrap up the summer with a debate that I've been wanting to have that has been raging forever because we don't have true movie summers anymore.
No, we don't.
Am I wrong about that? Am I right about that? Okay.
We completely agree.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So we are going to wrap up the summer and we're going to debate which was truly the greatest year for summertime movies ever. Oh, thanks. Oh, Steve, it's okay. That's okay. You're still here. You participated. Thank you. Hard agree. So yeah, there are plenty of years that we can go with. We're going to debate them. We'll try to figure out which is truly the greatest one. And if you want to get in on that action, well, our live audience now knows where they can find us, and we will post that link again in our socials when the time comes to record this. Hopefully, we'll not have the same issues we had today. Damn you, StreamYard. But we will, yeah. Hopefully they don't take away all our fun stuff. So yeah, let us know. We are on the socials at Geek Salad Podcast on Facebook and on geeksaladradio.bsky on Blue Sky. So come find us there. And if you are new to the show, you want to listen to past episodes, go forth on whatever Podchaser you have. We also do have not only the live stream, which will be showing up here on YouTube, but we also put our audio clips, our audio from the podcast here on YouTube, as well as Mike and my weekly movie reviews. For the month of July, we are going to the jungle, I guess technically for at least one movie, and talking about some of the movies in the Predator series.
I mean, urban jungle as well.
The urban jungle, yes, the concrete jungle,
Yes.
where dreams are made of.
And destroyed and ripped apart.
Exactly. As we get to the drama! So you can find all that there and subscribe to that channel as well as subscribing to the podcast. I think I've talked enough because I'm getting dry. I need more angry water. So anyway, until next time, I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
I'm Catherine.
Go forth and be nerdful. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.